Welcome to Uncle Chucky's Fun Time. What's fun these days? I'll tell you what's fun. Quadcopters. Wow! Quadcopters are fun! That looks like fun. I can't wait to do it myself. Problem is, I'm just a beginner. But I've got my start. What I did is I bought the WL Toys V262. Here, let me show you this. This is what it looks like when it's brand new. First thing you want to do is get rid of this. Weight is bad. This is I love this thing. This has been really awesome. It's really taught me a lot. When I first got it, I thought, geez, this thing looks really fragile. And, you know, it kind of is, but it's really durable too. You know, you look at it that way. I've had probably 75 flights with this. I've only crashed it maybe 50 times. Maybe 10 or 15 times I've had to actually make some repairs. One of the repairs I've made is this motor mount. These are the first things that break. When you come down and it's like crash, you bust this thing up, you break the propeller. Epoxy is a brittle substance that holds really great, but when you crash it, it breaks right away. I found a much better solution than epoxy, and I'm going to share that with you. It's a secret. It's called shoe goo. Shoe goo! Get it in the shoe store. It attaches to plastic, and when you need to get back in there because you broke something else, it cuts right off or it tears right off. Shoe goo, that's the way to do it. I had some problems initially. Motors went bad. It was right off the bat. You got to go with a company that will take care of you, and X-Heli did. They sent me some new motors. I soldered them in. I was good to go. What we're going to be doing then is we're going to be attaching the new motor mount onto here. Got to do a little bit of soldering. I'll have the LED to solder, and I'll have to solder the motor back on. But first thing I need to do is get the new motor mount on. Let's see, the first thing I had to do is the new motor mount does not come with the copper ring, so I had to take the copper rings out of this motor. Alright, so I've managed to get the motor mount back onto the frame here, and I fed the wires through. So now it's just going to be wiring the light on again, and that's right here. So I got that little LED light I need to rewire. Interesting thought, I didn't mark which is positive and which is negative. I guess we're going to take a gamble there. Hopefully it doesn't matter. But yeah, okay, so that's the next step. Alright, looks like I did a good job here. Connect the battery. Make sure I don't short out. I already tested it, so you don't have to see a short out. Go ahead and connect that, and I've got my flashing light here, so I've made my connection right there. I haven't tested the motor yet, but I'm assuming that I've made the right connection there. So now it's just going to be a matter of installing the propeller. Those gears should mesh up nicely right there, and they do. You want to be real careful not to strip anything here. You strip them, you're screwed. Or if you lose the little screws. I lost one of the little screws for the motor here. So there's two screws here. I just did one here in the back of the motor. You can actually see the metal of the motor here. I'm going to use shoe goo, and I'm going to glue that to the housing, so that should help hold it. And this whole housing here needs to be shoe gooed on as well, because that screw I stripped in one of my earlier repairs. But I think we're pretty close to flying here. Before I glue this stuff up, I am going to just test the motors and make sure they're all working. yeah, we're in business. The thing I did when I had it apart, it's been apart so many times, I broke off the little antenna. And I'm not quite sure where it goes. Fortunately, I have a map right here. I'm going to take this one apart and that'll show me how to hook on the antenna. First thing I have to do is remove this bumper. That's done very easily just by removing 8 screws right here. Alright, I didn't have to. I found a shortcut on my phone right here. Shows me where to put that antenna right on the back of that one. So I got to save myself a little bit of time, but let's go ahead. I'm hoping that just soldering this antenna back on where it came from is the solution. So the first thing I want to do is get a little solder on the antenna. Well, that's not working out very goodly. Bingo! Alright. I think we are going to be in business for flying tomorrow. Alright, so this is the piece that needs to be shoe-gooed. I need to shoe-goo this housing to this housing, and then I'm also going to put some shoe-goo here on the motor to help hold that in better since I lost a screw for that. So, get myself a little of the goo. Alright, I got the goo. I need my goo spreader. Right here. And we'll just go ahead and we'll just put that on like so. Get it onto that motor. Just kind of goober it in there. Maybe just a bunch more. Want to make sure that holds on there, but you also want to make sure not to get it down in that gear. Get it in that gear and you're not going anywhere. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm clean of the gear. Uh-oh. That's not good. We could have a problem. What's not good is the gear is not catching. So why would that be? I'm going to take a look at that before this glue dries. Well, this is disappointing. When this housing broke initially, I was flying it earlier today. And I tried to fly it after it was broke. It had sheared that off so it was a little bit wider, I guess. And what happened is this gear here, which meshes with this one, no longer meshes. I've ground off several of the teeth, so I'm going to have to order a new gear. How sad. I guess we will not be flying this one tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll just fly the new one. So, alright, gonna have to order that part. Uh-oh. You okay, GoPro? Kind of just dangling over there. they're broken again. Alright. Well, I guess that's going to do it.